Now let's see about light. Light you can think like a wave. Suppose when light is travel from one medium to other medium, rarer media and denser media, optically rarer and this is optically denser media. Then what is a phase shift or phase change between incident to reflected wave and incident to refracted wave? The ray which is entering into other media, that what you call refracted ray, and bounce back into same media, that is called reflected ray. If light enter from rarer to denser, reflected ray has a phase opposite phase, 180 phase is there, and refracted ray which is entering to other media, that has 0 phase with this. Same thing happen if light enter from denser to rarer, there is no phase difference between incident and reflected, and no phase difference between incident and refracted. Of course, in both cases, refracted ray is not having any phase difference. It is in phase with the incident, but reflected ray is 180 phase when light enter from rarer to denser, and light enter from denser to rarer, and reflected ray has 0 phase. It means no phase here. Okay. Suppose what is phase, in phase and out of phase? You see the wave which is incident, you can think like this, and if reflected wave is like this only, then we can say 0 phase. Suppose if it is like this reverse, that is 180 phase is there. Here 180 phase, that is 0 phase. So rarer to denser 180 phase, and denser to rarer 0 phase is there. Now you see object and image positions of a plane mirror. Suppose you can take a plane mirror which is placed in YZ plane, nothing but x-axis is perpendicular to this surface of the mirror, and you can take object is somewhere, that is x comma y comma z. The coordinates are a vector representation of position of object. We can write like this: our object is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. And where image we are getting means, so the coordinates which is in the plane, suppose if this mirror is in YZ plane, those coordinates are not changed, and the coordinates which is perpendicular to this plane of the mirror, perpendicular to plane of the mirror means perpendicular to YZ, that is x-axis, that coordinate become reverse. Remaining two coordinates remains like that only. CZ, see that YZ, here YZ, but x is perpendicular to the plane, that's why here x become minus x. Then what is the coordinates of image or position vector of image? That is our image equal to minus xi plus yj plus zk. These two remains like that only. Only this x is reverse, because x-axis is perpendicular to the plane of the mirror, nothing but perpendicular to YZ plane. Similarly, the velocity of object and image, and in case of a plane mirror, suppose object is moving like this with some velocity vxi plus vyj and vzk, and you know that this is in YZ plane. So those velocity vectors, those velocity components are not changing. In image also get same velocity vyj, vzk. The component which is that is perpendicular to the mirror. Perpendicular to the mirror means along x-axis, that is vx, that become reverse. That's why minus vxi we get. So like this, if you know object velocity, you can calculate image velocity. In these two cases, almost they gave that either mirror placed in xy plane or yz plane or zx plane, like that only they gave. And in that case, which axis is perpendicular, that component you can make reverse, remaining you will write like that only. Now we'll see about curved mirrors. Curved mirrors are the part of hollow sphere. Suppose you see here a hollow sphere is there, a small portion is cut from the hollow sphere, that behaves like a curved mirror. We have two types of curved mirrors. Concave mirror, you see silvered outside means it behaves like a concave mirror, and the silvered inside means on concave side silvered means it behaves like convex mirror. The center of the mirror, that what you call pole of the mirror. So the distance between the pole and the center of the sphere from which it is removed, that what you call radius of curvature of the mirror. So this is the center of curvature. Center of the sphere is center of curvature. So two mirrors you see here, and this is a concave mirror and this is a convex mirror, and here the line which is passing through pole and center of curvature C and P, that what you call principal axis. So for the convex mirror also pole and center of curvature. So here you see about focal length of mirrors. How to check focal length of the mirrors or focus of the mirror means, if a parallel beam of light is incident on the mirror, where it is going to converge and where all the rays are converges, that point they call it as focus. That in case of a concave mirror and rays are converges at a particular point F, that they call focus. The distance between focus and pole we can call it as focal length, and the distance between center of curvature and pole we can represent with R. R is radius of curvature. That only we discuss here. And but in case of convex mirror and rays are not converging, here rays are diverging away. But if you extend these rays which are diverging, these are the parallel beam which are diverges like this. Suppose if you extend backwards, they appear to join or appear to converge at a particular point. So otherwise you can think the rays are coming out of from this point. That point what you call focus. So here also focal length and back side we can measure. Here focal length we are measuring front side of the mirror. For concave converges, that's why you get focal length on front side, and for convex it is diverging mirror, that's why you get back side here. And of course center of curvature also we get back side. You see that this is a convex mirror where you get, and back side we are getting center of curvature, and focus somewhere we get here. So this distance you can take it as small f, focal length, and center of curvature distance from pole of the mirror is R. Now we'll see about sign conventions of the mirror. You can take any type of mirror, but for example I take here concave mirror, and concave mirror the line which is passing through the center, that what you call principal axis, and we know that where the rays are converges, concave mirror na, so we get this side only, where the rays are converges, that what you call focus, and from which sphere this mirror is cut, the center of the sphere we can take center of curvature, and the distance is R, and take object is placed somewhere. Here you can take that OJ is the object. You can think like object OJ, and object distance from the pole. So everything that is focal length, the radius of curvature, or object distance or image distance, everything is measured from the pole of the mirror only always. So here to here distance is U, object distance is represented with U, and image distance is represented with V. And here whatever the distances we are measuring from the pole in front of the mirror, always you can take negative. Suppose for concave mirror and focal length is negative, radius of curvature is negative. If object is placed here, we can say object distance U also negative. And whatever the distances backside of the mirror and measuring from P, those are positive. So from here to here V is positive here. Sometimes image also forms same side means front side of the mirror. In that case that image distance also negative, V also negative. Now about height of the object. Suppose if you place object like this vertically like this, then you can say positive height. Above principal axis, positive height. Even image also, it forms above principal axis, you can take positive height. Erect image. Suppose if you take object reverse if you take, then that height of the object is negative. If image is formed in reverse, then height of the image also negative. So whatever the values you are measuring, above principal axis is positive and below principal axis is negative. Maybe it is height of the object or height of the image, above or below. It not depend upon front side and back side. And above principal axis, either front side or back side positive. Below principal axis, front side or back side, it is negative. And about object distance and image distance, and the front side of the mirror all are negative, focal length negative, radius of curvature negative, object distance negative, back side of the mirror positive, like this. But suppose in place of this, if you take a convex mirror, then what happen? And here convex mirror means you get focal length back side, that's why focal length is positive and radius of curvature is positive for convex mirror. In general, object always we are taking front side of the mirror, that's why in general object always negative, and image may be negative or may be positive. But because for concave mirror sometimes image we are getting on front side, sometimes we get on back side. And but for convex mirror always we are getting image on backside only. That we'll discuss later. Now we'll see relation between focal length f and radius of curvature capital R. So here I took a concave mirror, and this is the principal axis, pole of the mirror, focus, center of curvature, and here to here f distance, focus and pole distance is f, and center of curvature to pole is R. Assume that a parallel beam of light, parallel beam means which is parallel to principal axis, is incident on the mirror at a particular point M. It must pass through the focus, because parallel beam is passed through the focus here. And you can draw a line between C to M that is normal to the tangent drawn on the mirror at that place. Suppose you can take a sphere, and if you draw a line from the center to surface, this is center of curvature and this is a particular point on the mirror or sphere. And if you draw a tangent here, you see what is the angle between those two is 90 degrees. So that means here CM is normal of the mirror at that particular point. You know, light ray which is incident on a surface, maybe it is a smooth surface, rough surface, or curved surface, it must obey all the laws of reflection. So then what happened, with what angle it incident? Theta angle. So with the same angle it will be reflected back and pass through the focus. These two angles, suppose if this is theta and this also theta only, why? Because you can extend this line, principal focus, principal axis, and these two lines are parallel and we are drawing a transverse line, so alternate angles are equal, theta and this also theta we get. Similarly for this triangle, here you get 2 theta, why? Because you see that there is a principal axis and these lines both are parallel. Here angle with this transverse line is 2 theta, that's why this angle is 2 theta we get. From this bigger triangle, that is a CDM, from triangle CDM, what we can write, tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. So MD by CD we can write. And D almost very close to P, that's why in place of D you can take P also, approximation. So what you can write, MD by CP. What is CP here? CP is from center of curvature to P is radius of curvature R we can write, that is MD by R. Now about using a smaller triangle, that is FPM, using triangle FPM we can write tan 2 theta is equal to opposite by adjacent MD by FD, but FD approximately write as FP. FP is nothing but focal length F. For very small angles, what you can write, and theta is equal to MD by R, 2 theta is equal to MD by F. So what you can write, MD by F is equal to 2 theta, theta nothing but MD by R we can write. So MD by F is equal to 2 MD by R we get. From this F is equal to R by 2 we get MD get cancelled and F is equal to R by 2. So the focus point is at half of the way of center of curvature, or center of the sphere. This equation is valid for both concave and convex mirrors. For there also we are getting same formula, F is equal to R by 2 we get. Now we'll see about a mirror formula. Mirror formula is 1 by F is equal to 1 by V plus 1 by U, and I use here concave mirror. And you know, concave mirror focus on front side, that is F, and center of curvature C. Distance from pole to F is small f. Focal length, distance from pole to center of curvature is R, radius of curvature, which is equal to 2f. We know, just now we derived. And here they took one object OJ, and that forms image IG here. So here how we are getting image here means, you know that if you take two rays which are from J point, that is top of the object, and one is going parallel to the beam, parallel to the principal axis, and that must pass through the focus. The ray which is going through the center of curvature goes undeviatedly, goes straight. So these two are converges here. Where the rays are converges, there it forms a real image. Here image is inverted, that's why we can say this is a real image. Suppose you can think like you see, if object is like this and image also forms like this, that what we call erect image. And always erect image is virtual images. We can see with eye, but we can't catch on the screen or paper. Suppose if object is like this, image forms a reverse inverted image. That is what we call a real image, and we can't see directly with eye, but we can catch on the screen or paper. That is what we call real image. And remember that erect image is virtual, inverted image is real. Here it forms an inverted image, that is a real image is forming here. And what is the distance of object that they measure from the pole, that is u. Distance of the image where it forms, that is v from the pole of the mirror. All the distance they measure from the pole only. Object distance u, image distance v, and focal length is f, and radius of curvature actually capital R is equal to 2f here. Now to derive the formula we are using some symmetrical triangles here. You see, using symmetrical triangle OJC and triangle IGC. These two triangles we are using. So what we are doing, and for this opposite by opposite is equal to adjacent by adjacent, like that we are taking. So OJ by IG is equal to adjacent OC by IC or CI. And OC, what you can write? OC we can write as this total distance OP minus CP. OP minus CP we can write. OP minus CP. That we can write. Denominator IC, how to write? IC from here to here, that we can write CP minus IP. CP minus IP we can write. This part is a CP minus IP we can write. Now we will substitute the values. What is OP? From here to here, OP, that is object distance u here. What is CP? C to P. This is 2f that we are writing here. Now about denominator PC. So P to C here, that is 2f. CP or PC, 2f only. And what is PI? I and P or PI, that is image distance V. So u minus 2f by and 2f minus v, that is equation number 1. From other two triangles, that is take two more triangles here is there. These two triangles are also symmetry because these two angles are equal. So from triangle you can take from triangle MNF and triangle IGF, these two angles are equal, so symmetry. So here also we can write opposite by opposite, MN by IG is equal to adjacent by adjacent, that is FM by IF. But M is approximately same as P, so that is FP we can take directly. So here you see, that is OJ by IG, OJ is equal to MN. Why? Because this is a parallel line. Parallel line means here OJ, MN both are equal. That's why in place of OJ by IG we can write MN also. This also we can write MN by IG. What is MN? MN by IG. MN opposite by opposite is equal to adjacent by adjacent. So what is adjacent? FP is a adjacent or PF is adjacent by for adjacent for second triangle is IF. Now PF nothing but F only. And what is IF? We don't have direct value, that's why IF they write as IP minus FP. So IP is image distance. IP is image distance, image to pole. And FP is focal length, F. Actually up to M only we have to take, but small approximation in place of M we take P. So we can write PF by IP minus PF. So IP nothing but image distance and PF nothing but focal length. So two equations we get, and two equations both are same, OJ by IG. Here also OJ by IG. Make it equal these two. Then what you get? Equation from equation 1 and 2. from equation 1 and 2, f minus, you see equation 1, u minus 2f by 2f minus v, that we are taking here, and the second one, f minus v, f by f, v minus f, that we are taking. Make it equal and cross multiply, and some terms get cancelled, and finally we get a term uv minus fv minus fu is equal to 0 we get. Both sides wanted we are dividing with u, v and f. Here uv get cancelled, remains f. Here fv cancel, remains u. Here fu cancel, remains v. And write it properly. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u we get. This is a mirror formula. Now we'll see about magnification. We have two types of magnification of the image. One is transverse magnification, nothing but how many times height of the image increases. That they give as height of the image by height of the object, that is hi by ho, which is equal to minus of image distance by object distance. That you see here with the help of this diagram, you see we can explain that. And here you see object is at u distance, image is at v distance from the pole of the mirror. Height of the image, height of the object is ho. This is the object, so ho, and this is the height of the image is hi. And using this formula, magnification formula, magnification is equal to height of the image by height of the object, that we try to calculate. And you see here there is a concave mirror, and here is the object. Height of the object is ho, and image forms somewhere here, height of the image. And if you draw a ray from the top of the object, which is fall at the pole, that will be reflect back with the same angle. Why? Because angle of incidence, angle of reflection, both are same, theta and theta only. And from here to here distance is u. Why? Because object distance, and this is the image. From here to here distance, pole to here distance is v, image distance. From this, what you can write from this triangle, we can write tan theta is equal to opposite ho by this adjacent is u, and from this triangle tan theta equal to that also same angle, so h height by v we can write. So what we need magnification means we have a formula, height of the image by height of the object, that we can write v by u, but you have to take here minus sign. What is the reason means, you see that for this given, and it is a real image, which because of inverted we are getting, it is a real image, and for real image magnification you should get minus. Why? Because you see that height of the image is minus height of the image you have to take, because here downside, below principal axis minus, above principal axis plus, by positive value of height of the object, which is equal to minus of, and what is the sign convention of object distance and image distance? Front side of the mirror, or this is a concave mirror, front side of the mirror are negative, back side of the mirror positive, but both are object distance, image distance, both are front side. There's a minus v minus u, so it will be cancelled, get negative value. Here you get negative, here also get negative value. So that is the reason m is equal to height of the image by height of the object, which is equal to minus v by u you get. This they call transverse magnification. Why? Because transverse magnification means this is the transverse, perpendicular to principal axis is transverse. So magnification height increases perpendicular to principal axis, that's why transverse magnification they write. So transverse magnification m is equal to height of the image by height of the object, which is equal to minus v by u, or otherwise height of the image by height of the object. And 1 by u, using the mirror formula, 1 by u we can write 1 by f minus 1 by v. That if you substitute in this equation, we get magnification different formulas, minus v by u, f by f minus u, or f minus v by f, like that we can write in different forms of this magnification. If they give focal length object distance, use this. If they give focal length image distance, use this. If they give object distance image distance, use this. If you know heights, we can use this. So these are all the formulas for transverse magnification. Now we'll see about a longitudinal magnification. What is longitudinal magnification? The length of the image by length of the object. Here for example you can take in this diagram you see that there is a concave mirror and object is placed which is having length L object, and the position of the first end of the object from P is U1 and second end is U2. So U2 minus U1 is length of the object. And where image forms, here the length of the image is Li, and one end of the object image is formed here V2, other end forms V1. Here reverse we are getting. So what is the length of the image? V1 minus V2. So that we are taking here. Actually V1 minus V2 you have to take length of the image, but here V2 minus V1 they took. That's why I take minus outside. And length of the object is U2 minus U1. This is change in the object image distance by changing the object distance, that you can write as minus du dv by du. To calculate this we are using mirror formula 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u on differentiating both sides. And here for this is a constant differentiation you get 0, and for these two we get differentiation like this. So after that is send one of the term this side, we need from this dv by du, we need dv by du is equal to minus v by u whole square, we get a second equation. And using first equation and second equation we get relation magnification in lengthwise, nothing but a longitudinal magnification is v square by u square or u by v by u whole square, which is equal to m square. Why? Because we know that v by u is actually minus v by u is a transverse magnification. Here we are getting square of that. That's why you can take whole square, no need to take sine, whole square is there. That's why you can take longitudinal magnification is and linear magnification or transverse magnification whole square. Now let's see about aerial magnification represented with MA. And here aerial magnification means you can take a concave mirror, and near the principal axis they place a body which is having height and width, that is h and b. You can think initial area of the object is h into b. Suppose image forms somewhere here, h increases, that is height of the image and width of the image. This is the height of the object and width of the object. How many times h increases? Same number of times b also increases. Why? Because both are in the transverse direction only. H is perpendicular to principal axis and b also perpendicular to principal axis. Suppose if this is x-axis and h is y, you can think, and b is like a z-axis. Both are perpendicular, both are transverse axis only. So both magnification is m only. What is magnification of transverse magnification? Small m. So now what you get? Aerial magnification MA is equal to m square. That is for transverse magnification, square of the transverse magnification is equal to aerial magnification. That is v by u whole square we can write. V by u already we know, magnification, transverse magnification, different formulas we have, f by f minus u, f minus v by f, and the whole square values. What is final area? This is the number of times area increases. A final is equal to, or area of the image is equal to MA, magnification of area into initial area of the object. Now let's see about when object is moving in front of a concave mirror, how image is moving. What is the velocity of the image? To calculate that, first you take a mirror formula 1 by f equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. Differentiate both sides with respect to time. Suppose here reciprocal is there, now of course f is constant and differentiation of constant you get 0. But what about other? Suppose for example you can take 1 by x, we are doing differentiation with respect to time, and that you write properly first d by dt of x power minus 1, and x power minus 1 means suppose you can write d by dt of x power n is there, what you get? N into x power n minus 1, and we are doing differentiation with respect to different variable. That's why again you have to write dx by dt. That means in place of n minus 1 is there, so minus 1 x power minus 1 minus 2. In here n is minus 1 and here also minus 1 minus 2, and dx by dt. Like this we can write. Similarly here in place of x, what do you have? V and u is there. V and u is there. So what you can write? Minus 1 x power minus 2 dx by dt. So same manner here you can write minus v power minus 2 dv by dt, and for u also same, minus u minus 2 u power minus 2 du by dt. And what is dv by dt? Change in the position of the image by change in time, nothing but velocity of the image. What is du by dt? Change in the position of object by change in time, nothing but velocity of the object. Velocity of image, velocity of the object. Remaining terms is sent other side. The velocity of the image is equal to minus v square by u square into v object velocity. So here, and that only v by u is a magnification of transverse magnification of the mirror. Now here we solve transverse magnification v by u. Of course negative sign is there, here whole square is there, that's why don't take that. You see what you get, and in place of v by u you can write small m square into v object. The velocity of image is equal to minus of and m square velocity of the object, we get relation. Now we'll see Newton's formula for mirror, and generally we are considering all the distances, image distance, object distance from the pole of the mirror only. But here Newton considered that the distance of the object and image from the focus. From the focus means in this formula 1 by f equal to 1 by u plus 1 by v. This is object distance and image distance from the pole, and that means if you know distance of the object is x1 from the, suppose this is the object which is x1 from the focus and image is x2 from the focus, then what is the distance of the object? U is x1 plus f. And what is the distance of the image? Suppose image distance from the focus is x2, actually you should measure from the pole, that is x2 plus f we get. So we know distance of the object and distance of the image, that we can substitute in this equation, and you can make LCM and cross multiply, and finally after cancelling we get f square is equal to x1 x2. F is focal length, x1 x2 are the distance of the object and image from the focus, not from the pole. From the pole means already we know formula, f equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. So if you know distances from the distance of object and image from the focus point, then we get relation f square is equal to x1 x2 we get. Okay. Now we'll see characteristics of image formed by a concave mirror, and different positions, object changes, how image changes, and what is the nature of the image. And first column object distance, second column ray diagram, and third one image distance, and the fourth column that is characteristics of the image. See that first one, if object is at infinite, if object it is at infinite, and you know that image forms at its focal length, and that is a real inverted image forms. So image forms at focal length are nothing but half of the radius of curvature. And what is the nature of the image? That image is real, inverted, diminished. So when light is coming from infinite, you should show with a parallel beam that will be focused at its focal length. And the second one, if the object is beyond C and image forms between C and F, nothing but between center of curvature and focus. So here image is between F and 2F. And what is the nature of the image? It is real, inverted, diminished. Still it is diminished only. Remember that if our image distance is less than object distance, definitely it is a diminished image. Suppose if at exactly at 2F is there, suppose object is at 2F, image also forms exactly at 2F. Using formula 1 by f is equal to 1 by u plus 1 by v, from that we can derive that. And you get same distance we get for object and image, but only the thing, it forms a reverse. One is above principal axis means other forms, and below principal axis. So inverted image, real image we are getting here. So here the image, nature of the image is real, inverted, same size as object. And in plane mirror also forms the same size as object, but their virtual image backside of the mirror forms, but here it forms front side of the mirror. If object is moved below radius of curvature, nothing but you can take in between C to F somewhere. So center of curvature to focus, then our image goes out of the center of curvature, so get image distance more. Now we get magnification, more size we are getting for image. So inverted image only, real image. And what is the nature of the image? Image is real, inverted and magnified we get, begin size. And suppose if you place the object is at focus means what is the distance of object? F, focal length. Then reverse, how it happen here? When it is at infinite, you get focus at image at focus. Now you are placing object at focus means image will form at infinite. It forms at infinite. So magnification is huge, magnification is there. Final image is actual magnification formula V by U, and V is infinite. So huge magnification is there in the image. Image is virtual and upright, very large magnification, reflected ray are parallel. Well, because same thing here, parallel rays forms means converges at focus in first case. Parallel rays comes means it converges at the focus. But here and object is at focus and get parallel rays. Now below focus point if we place means now image up to till this we get at infinite, that means a real image we are getting, and in all the cases we get real image only. You see image is on front side only. So here it is at F, it is in between C to F, it is at exactly at 2F, and here and beyond C, and all are real images only. But when object is moving and into the towards to the pole between F and P, that is focus and pole, then it forms a virtual image, magnified virtual image, backside of the mirror forms. Then here what you get, image is virtual, upright means virtual and magnified. Now we'll see graph of a concave mirror. When you take object distance is on x-axis, image distance on y-axis. Here they took both are negative x-axis and negative y-axis. Object distance on negative x-axis and image distance on negative y-axis. Reason you see, and here for all these cases where object placed in front of the mirror, where image forms, that also in front of the mirror it forms. So both are in front of the mirror means both are negative. Both are negative means that must be a third quadrant. That's why they took here object distance, image distance, both are on negative x-axis and negative y-axis they took. And we get this as a parabola, we can't say parabola, it is a hyperbola like this. And here you see, if you draw a line which is making 45 with x-axis or y-axis, that is touching the curve somewhere where the object distance, image distance are equal. And in what case object distance, image distance are equal? You see that, and object distance, image distance are equal when object is at 2f, image also forms at 2f. That means with the help of this graph we can calculate what is the focal length, where it intercept that line which is making 45 angle, where it is intercept 2f comma 2f. Suppose you can take here OA is 2f, and OB also 2f. So how to calculate focal length? With the help of this means we can use a formula, that is f is equal to OA plus OB by 4. We can write 2f plus 2f by 4. What you get? 4f by 4, you get f. So like that we can calculate focal length. So from this graph we can calculate OA plus OB by 4 is f. So other graph also there, that is 1 by U, 1 by V graph. So that graph we are getting a straight line which is intercept on x-axis and y-axis, and OA is 1 by F and OB also 1 by F. So how to calculate F value? F is equal to 2 by OA plus OB we get. Now let's see characteristics of image formed by convex mirror. And one important point about convex mirror is it always forms virtual diminished image, forms backside of the mirror only. It can be any position of object. Suppose first initially they took infinite distance. Infinite distance means it forms at focus. Focus is backside of the mirror for concave mirror. so it forms image distance is less than object distance, so it forms a very small image and a diminished image, but a virtual image it forms. That's why erect image we are getting. Erect means upright. If object is moving towards to the mirror, then what happen? And that is moving, that image also moving towards to the mirror. That means the maximum distance of the image is f only. Below, beyond that it is not possible. Okay, but when the object is very close to mirror, it appear like a bigger image we are getting, but it is not an image greater than, or image size is more than object size. Okay, it appear like bigger, but not the size of the image is not magnified, not increases more than the object. And you see where we are using this type of mirrors means in a rear side view of a car, and to observe in supermarkets they place, and in a crucial accident zones they use these mirrors, because these mirrors having more field view when compared to plain mirrors. These are having more field view. That is the reason they use in rear side mirrors of the mirrors of the car. The graph you see, and object distance you can increase any value, and why they took here, and object distance is negative and image distance is positive. Object distance they took negative side, negative x-axis, but image distance is positive y-axis. Means object is in front of the mirror, negative, but image where it forms, always it forms backside. That's why, and v they take it on positive y-axis, but v never crosses f value, means more than focal length impossible. Okay, so u value can be any value, but f value can be adjusted, that is image distance can be adjusted within the focal length only. So here important point, always it forms diminished virtual erect. Erect means upright image only, and small size only always. When object is very close to the mirror, then it appear like bigger, but not bigger than object.